Our next comic book is X-Men issue number 5. Make sure to stay at the end of the video to figure out how you can get a chance to win a free digital copy of X-Men issue number 5. Everybody likes free shit, right? Alright, let's get on to the review. So this is going to be part 3 of the Battle of the Atom storyline, or chapter 3 if you will. So last issue, which was All New X-Men issue number 16, Jean escaped with Scott, and they're running away because they don't want to go back to their past and be doomed to their predetermined fate, which makes sense, you know, knowing that you would go back and all of these events would play out because, you know, it is fate. Knowing that is probably going to be terrifying, so I could kind of sympathize with their situation. So we meet up with our future X-Men, and they're in the hangar. They're figuring out how they're going to chase Scott and Jean. Future Hank and young Hank figured out they actually unveil their newest project, which is called the Dove, which is kind of a white version of the Blackbird. So now that the team has a vehicle, they need to find out where Jean and Scott are. So I'm assuming future Xavier, or Xavier's grandson, goes and uses a pill, which he uses for, it's called a Cerebro Spike, and then enhances his telepathy, and he kind of tries to pinpoint where she is. He gets pretty close. He has like a radius, so they're going after them. We meet up with Scott and Jean, and they have to basically get out of their X-Men clothes, so they're stealing people's like clothes that are off hangers, and Jean's like, Cyclops is taking off a shirt, and then it's like, ooh, abs, and she's getting all flustered, which is kind of strange because isn't she kind of conflicted between her feelings with Hank and now Scott? I get that she might have more feelings for Scott because, you know, that's how they end up in the future. But regardless, after that, they find a motorcycle, so they're just trying to get out of the radius because Jean knows that she's being tracked by the future X-Men. So they're trying hard to get out of the radius. And meanwhile, in the Dove, Xavier is using the Cerebro Spike. And it's really cool. He has kind of like this holographic view of the Earth. And he's just scanning around, trying to figure out where they are. They eventually do. They meet up with them, and they stop them in the middle of the road. And when Scott's trying to be a badass and trying to move away, well-placed sniper bullet from future Deadpool destroys the tire, and they're basically cornered. Scott gets into a fight with Beast, and they get saved almost because back at the Jean Grey school, Rachel Grey and Kitty Pryde were discussing whether or not they should go after Scott and Jean because they're kind of conflicted whether or not they should send them back, if that's the right thing to do, because they don't want to doom someone to that sort of kind of fate. So after they're done their, I think they had Chinese food, they hopped up into, they said they were going to leave. And in this scene, they came back and really just went into the middle of the conflict, and that's when they started talking to their present X-Men. So Rachel got in an argument with Storm because they've been butting heads in the last issue. So there's that. And then Kitty Pryde is trying to overall calm everyone down. She definitely wants to avoid conflict. And they take the hummingbird and they leave. And who do they call to meet up at Utopia, the island that was destroyed in, I believe, Prelude to Schism? It's none other than the Uncanny X-Men, which I saw coming because really they just put this in your face because it is the next comic book on the checklist. So it was like a 99% chance that it was happen, and it did. So I was right. So next issue is going to be Uncanny X-Men issue number 12. I'll try and find some preview pages just so you can see. I'll just put maybe one or two. I won't put in any more than that because, you know, spoilers. But it seems to me that this issue, part 3, was trying to move the story along. And it definitely was focusing on Jean and Scott. And even future Jean. an interesting fact that happened is that she actually needs to wear that skull mask because her powers are just in such constant fluctuation that she can't even be out like take off the mask for a couple minutes, which I thought was a really interesting aspect of this comic. So I guess I can segue into my final thoughts about this. I thought it was a pretty solid chapter. There's some really nice dialogue in here. It was funny to see Xavier kind of almost in his way, even though it is his grandson, almost act like the Xavier that they know and love. At one point, I think it's Jubilee, she's kind of freaked out how she's saying Xavier's name in the Jean Grey school. So different stuff like that. There was the, I guess, kind of runaway storyline with Scott and Jean. And then we had stuff back home, which is funny, and then morality and all that kind of stuff. But it kind of baffled me that future Jean hasn't revealed herself to her younger self. If she would have done that, I knew in my heart of hearts there would have been a chance that younger Jean would have stopped what she was doing and actually listened to herself. That kind of sounds weird. Listen to herself, like talk to herself in the third person, but it is the future version of herself. So I think honestly she should have future Jean should have just contacted her telepathically, or literally got out of the took off her mask, or do something, signify anything. X-Men issue number 5, Battle of the Atom, chapter 3, gets a 3.5 out of 5. It was definitely solid, good, nothing too bad about it, but I feel like they definitely got to it had its problems, especially when it kind of came down to kind of common sense and moving the story along. So my giveaway question for this review is, how do you think the Uncanny X-Men are going to help younger Jean and younger Scott? So make sure to leave a comment down below to be entered in a chance to win a digital copy of X-Men issue number 5. Also, it'd be awesome if you were to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I will catch you next time.